In a world where science seems to have all the answers, there are enigmas that challenge even the most skeptical minds. From creatures dwelling in the icy waters of Scotland to mysterious beings lurking in the forests of Alaska, there is a place on Earth that seems to be home to something far beyond our understanding. Welcome to the Monster Belt. Nessie, the famous creature of Loch Ness, is the most well-known of the lake monsters. But did you know that she has relatives scattered across the globe? Each one, with its own legends and mysteries, inhabits remote and unexplored waters where humans rarely dare to tread. Nessie is the name that echoes in everyone's mind, but Loch Morar, southwest of Loch Ness, holds another mysterious creature. Morag, a giant serpent, 10 meters long. Last seen in 1969. Duncan MacDonald and William Simpson were cruising on the lake when they suddenly encountered it. Simpson, without hesitation, tried to shoot the creature with a rifle, but fortunately, he missed. Imagine if he had hit it. And it's not just in Scotland that these creatures are found. In Sweden, at Lake Storsten, there is the Storsjöodjuret, a monster as ancient as the lake itself, with sightings dating back to the 17th century. They say it's a sea serpent 20 meters long, something that could make anyone question reality. But who can say for sure that these stories are just myths? Across the Atlantic, in Canada, Lake Okanagan also has its own monster, Ogopogo, a serpent even larger than Morag, measuring 15 meters long. In 1926, several people camping by the lake claimed to have seen the creature, but no one thought to take a photo. However, in 1968, a local man, Art Fulden, managed to film something strange with his Super 8 camera, but instead of a serpent, it looked like a whale. What are these creatures really? And why do they seem to appear in such remote places where human presence is scarce? But the story doesn't end there. If you think these monsters are limited to dark, still waters, think again. Alaska, a land of harsh landscapes and wild animals, is home to another legendary creature, Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, a hairy humanoid, 4 meters tall, walking through the forests at night, leaving a trail of mystery in its wake. The famous 1967 footage, shot by Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin, showed one of these creatures running between the trees. But here's the strange part. Patterson, years later, confessed that the film was a hoax, and that the monster was a friend of his dressed in a gorilla suit. Robert Gimlin, however, does not confirm this version and still makes a living giving lectures about Sasquatch. But who's telling the truth? And why do, though many people, over the decades, continue to swear that Bigfoot is real? And what about the creatures that Alaskan fishermen recorded on video in 2011? The footage showed what seemed to be a prehistoric reptile, a survivor from a distant era that shouldn't exist. Some believe these creatures are descendants of carnivorous reptiles from the Cretaceous period, which somehow managed to escape extinction. And what did they name this creature? Cadbosaurus? Yes, named after Cadbro Bay, where other similar sightings occurred in the past. Could we be talking about a lost era? A survival that defies logic? What do all these monsters have in common? They appear in the same region of the planet, in what cryptozoologists call the Monster Belt, a stretch of land and water crossing the northern part of the globe, where the climate and the lack of human presence may have allowed creatures from a bygone era, or even beings from another world, to survive into modern times. But what's truly hiding in these isolated places? Are these creatures just myths? Or is there something much deeper and more mysterious going on in these remote corners of the world? Something that science still cannot explain. The answer to this question might be closer than we think. Or maybe, somewhere out there, these creatures are still waiting to be discovered. And when that happens, what will be revealed?